I'm sorry, it's all going this direction. It sounds like Dead Man Wonderland. That's what you're saying. It's like the first word sounds like. I don't know what the acoustics are doing to my ears in here. Maybe it's all his hair. Dead Man Wonderland. That was the one in the prison. Yeah.
Hi. I was just wondering, do you think any of your roles that you played before, do they influence your everyday mannerisms or anything?
Do I think any of the roles that I played before did what?
Influence any of your everyday mannerisms?
Oh. I think that Luffy has a tendency to creep into some of my other characters. And so sometimes my female voices, the director will have to pull me back and say, you sound a little too much like Luffy. I try not to let, like, I'm not going to go around talking in my Luffy voice on a day-to-day basis, but the accents are really hard to drop. So if I'm playing Angela in Black Butler or Cassandra in Dragon Age, I come home with an accent and my fiance is just like, what have you been doing? You've been voicing something with an accent, I don't know what it was. But yeah, accents are hard to drop. We've been making fun of you people for days. Hey! I think it's funny that we see that there's, say, 6 with, it sounds like there's an E in it.
It's Australia.
That's Australia?
Yeah.
How do, oh, you say sucks. Or, yeah. That's weird too. I love it.
What's your favorite anime to watch? Not necessarily the end, but just to watch.
My favorite anime that I've ever watched, I wasn't, but that was Fullmetal Alchemist. But I'll say my favorite anime that I've watched that I have not been a part of was Fruits Basket. And that was actually the first anime that I ever watched all the way through. It was terrific. Kodocho was the second anime that I watched all the way through. And Laura and I were living together at the time. We were roommates. And she and I were both working on it because she was Sana and I was the director. And we so badly wanted to keep watching it, but we were playing it on our PS2 and the disc wouldn't really work. And there was like this melted part of the disc. So there was a time at 2 o'clock in the morning when we were both there with a nail file, like trying to get this disc to be flat enough so that it would play in our PS2 so we could finally see the main characters kiss. But we watched 102 episodes in 1 weekend. So that's love. Anybody else? What else do you guys like? What other shows? Dragon Age? Not the game, but I'm in the movie. Yeah, I played Cassandra in the movie.
Can you say your favourite Lady Eclair line from House Club, please?
My favorite which line?
Lady Eclair.
Lady Eclair. Oh gosh, I don't remember any Lady Eclair lines. Do you have one?
No. What about Angela from Black Butler?
Angela, let's see. It's hard for me to remember the exact lines. I remember the voices. Angela, let's see. What did she,
She just talked like this. Everything was very smooth. And she had a tendency to torture people.
I'm trying to remember one of her lines when she tortured somebody, and I can't. Because those are the most fun.
Is it something that being unclean?
Being what?
Unclean?
Being ugly?
Unclean.
Unclean. Oh, unclean. There are 3.
The other ones that are
Yes, unclean, unkind, like it was 3 uns in a row and I don't remember. I'm sorry. You got one for me?
Do you think that Dead Man Wonderland compresses the manga into the anime too much?
I don't know, I don't know too much about the manga, so I'm not sure. It actually exploded a lot more than we would have thought when it came on TV in the States. They're trying desperately to bring Toonami back, and so that was the first play to get anime back on TV, because that's something that, it's been fading over the years, and a large part of that is because the stations don't want to put anything on the air that they didn't create because then they don't get the licensing rights to it. So that's why you don't see a lot of anime on TV anymore. But if Toonami comes back, then hopefully that'll happen. That didn't really answer your question, but I don't know anything about manga.
Hello. Did you cry when you finished Full Metal Alchemist?
Oh my gosh, I cried all the way through Full Metal Alchemist. I was directing it with Mike McFarlane. We were the directors, and so the first time I cried was you've seen it all, right? Okay. The first time I cried was in episode 7 with Nina and Alexander, the dog girl. Yeah. So I sobbed like a little child. Not that little child sobbed. And that was when I knew that nobody was ever safe, because if they would kill off a little girl, then they would kill off anybody. So then the next one is an episode later on, episode 25. Everybody knows what happens then, right? Because I don't want to give any spoilers too late in the show. So I cried then too. And then at the last, I cried, but I knew that there was going to be a movie. So like I kept holding out hope that it would all work itself out. But then it worked itself out even sadder. So yeah, I cried constantly. That's my answer, yes. You should have heard Vic. Vic would come in and record and cry while he was recording, for no reason at all.
Can you please see your scanty voice from panty socket? Because it's not available when using it on you.
But she talks like this. She's just very excited about killing those stupid angels. Am I wrapping things up? More questions? All set?
I can have a huge round of applause. Colleen Clinkenbeard. If you give us 5 minutes, we'll start the pizza eating contest.